Hello, this is Ball 104 coming to you with another rant of Gravity Falls, Rant, Weirdmageddon Part 2, Escape from Reality. Oh wow, this is just crazy. Just crazy. Anyway, I'll tell you what happened. Alright, as as we continue from the previous episode of Gravity Falls, Weirdmageddon Part 1, Dipper, Seuss, and of course Wendy had decided to had decided to enter enter the enter the some kind of a shooting star spear where Mabel is being held in some sort of a intergalactic prison or whatever it is, though, to rescue Mabel out from the clutches of the evil Bill Cipher, which of course they didn't what these three duo didn't realize that they wind up in none other than the weird new world called Mabel Land, and which we found out, of course, that Mabel has become the ruler of her own fantasy world, which Dipper doesn't believe that it's actually real. It's just some fantasy like we've seen on TV. Yeah, things have just gotten kind of crazy, especially when Wendy and Seuss were tricked into believing that whatever they see are actually real. Like for example, Wendy hanging out with with uh with her high school friends Tammy, Lee, and Nat, and Seuss hanging out with his long lost missing father. Yeah, and Dipper who almost wanted to experience decided to avoid it. And yeah, which leaves Dipper into question when he thinks that if it's real or just fantasy. But yeah, but Dipper knows that it's not real. It's just a fantasy world. Which of course things got out of hand when Dipper was abruptly arrested by the Waffle Guards and were eventually sent to court to prove fantasy versus reality. To prove if fantasy is real or not. So yeah, and Dipper just gave out everything he did though, especially the memories from them. Well, actually, well, actually, actually, the judge and everything else, and let's not forget Mabel's fantasy dream boys, Silent. Damn, I forgot their names. I think it's Silent and Craig's or whatever. They just show. I mean, we just saw a scene of Mabel's scrapbook memories of third grade photo. No, I think it was second grade photo. Then which had gone wrong. Then of course Valentine's Day has gone wrong as well. And yeah. However, 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 Dipper who decides to take the case calls Mabel to the stand and tells everyone in the court, and of course the cat judge. I really can't pronounce his name though, because I forgot. Anyway, he just want to show everyone that whatever happened in the past has been fixed though, and they can't go back there. So yeah, of course things have gotten a bit out of control when right after Mabel was right after Dipper convinces Mabel to go back to reality and grow up together. I mean, it turns out Mabel's fantasy world of Mabeland had finally crumbled, and her reign of and her reign ruler of Mabeland has now been relinquished, and so which means Dipper, Mabel, Wendy, and Seuss had to escape though. Yep, they had to manage to escape, and yes, they did successfully. They they managed to escape successfully away from Bill's trap though. And when they finally made it to the mystery shack though, a lot of surviving people were still inhabited there. Well, that's because they're taking shelter what is considered the fantasy world well, Weird Apocalypse of Hell. And yes, Bill Cipher is still in control of Gravity Falls, along with the rest of the monsters from the other dimensions. But that's all I'm gonna say though, cause I gotta stop the video because I don't have a lot of space on my phone though. The reason why I can't use my camcorder is because my camcorder ran out of memory though. So yeah, what will happen RP, what will truly happen though on Gravity Falls Weirdmageddon Part 3, which will be coming up in about a month or two, I think. But we don't know what will happen though. If this excuse me, if this will likely happen though, Weirdmageddon 3 will likely be the series finale and the ultimate and final showdown against Bill Cipher. And let's just hope this comes to a happy end. Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it, people. So what do you guys think of Gravity Falls Weirdmageddon Part 2 Escape from Reality? Speak and be known, and be sure to rate and comment as well. Oh, yes, and if I get a chance, let me ask one of the few things before I close. If let me think about it. If you ever live in a fantasy world, what it would be like to live there, and what would it what will be like to miss all of the reality that you may have endured. So yeah, it just goes to show you that growing up may be hard as hell, but hey, it is what it is for all children and adults alike. But anyway, I gotta stop here though, so rate and comment though. Thanks for watching Gravity Falls Weirdmageddon Part 2 Escape from Reality. And remember, Weirdmageddon Part 3 will be the final episode. And just so you know, it will also be the series finale episode of Gravity Falls, which will be coming up in either next month or probably in January, but I don't know. Because after that, that's it. Gravity Falls is officially concluded. So yeah, thanks for watching. Ball 104 signing off.